Welcome to another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Days. I'm Michael Knight, sitting down now with Heritage Hall senior Robert Mbroh. Going into 2020, Heritage Hall, one of the top teams in Class 3A. No secret there. They're always one of the top teams in Class 3A, but with all the talent coming back this year, it could be a special season for sure. But before we get into 2020, got to go back to last year. And definitely some learning processes going on there as you guys got tripped up in the semifinals to Lincoln. They go on to win the state title. When you look back to last season, to that game, what are some of the things that you take away from that learning experience?
I'd even take it back further to just, during the season. I mean, there were some games we play like a Mount St. Mary or something like that, and it's just, just the effort every game. It was there, but it was times that we were slacking and stuff. And then going into Lincoln Christian, that's a really good team, and we didn't have that fire like we normally did. And they're a great team. Don't get me wrong, but I just think if we would have came with what we should have came with, then we would have got them. But it was a humbling experience, and in a way, I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with losing at any time, but it humbled us a little bit, and I think we needed it, and we got that fire going into this next season. So I'm excited. I'm sad the way it ended, but I'm happy for it in a way that it humbled us. So
I think that there's a good comparison here because it's interesting how you guys beat the brakes off of Lincoln in the semifinals in 18. They brought nearly everybody back, and their focus was Heritage Hall. Mm-hmm. They beat the brakes off of you in the semifinals in 19. You guys bring basically everybody back, and you're one of the more dangerous teams this year. Just talk about that edge and that drive because, look, it's one thing to go into a season as defending champs coming off of an undefeated season, things like that. It's another after you just got embarrassed and you're wanting to make up for that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it now. We're coming dangerous. Every guy on our team, and we still have that feeling inside of us, man. That feeling of just, like you said, they dominated us for most of the game. And just the fire we all have coming back, with the recruiting going well for all of us. It's dangerous. Just the energy we all have. It's going to be something special. Seriously, I truly believe that.
Yeah. Look, Heritage Hall doesn't need to have that extra edge because they're usually good. They have that extra edge this year, which is dangerous. Let's talk about how this offseason has gone as a team. Obviously, you're using. You have all the motivation in the world, but as far as the pandemic and everything like that, how have you guys been able to stay on the same page, stay connected, and stay on the right course, which is the 2020 season?
Mm-hmm. So a lot of us guys, with the weight rooms being closed, we were lucky enough to be able to work with Night Sports Performance, and so. A lot of us have been putting in work there, and then if we can't do that, a lot of guys have been at home putting in work, and we check up on each other every day, making sure that we're getting better. And then sometimes, maybe we don't talk to each other a couple of days, and I'll send a text reminder like, hey, remember what happened last season, remember that feeling. And I know for all of us that lights us up. That lights us up, and so even though we haven't been able to work out as a team individually, I know and I believe we're all getting better every day. And that's something I feel like that loss last year helped towards. And like I said, I'm grateful for that, and we've all been working hard, so we're going to be ready for sure.
You lined up at a lot of different positions last year. I asked you your position before we sat down. You said linebacker, tight end, also quarterback, and defensive end. Man, what do you like playing the most and why?
Probably for me, outside linebacker. I've been playing outside linebacker since I was 4 years old. Eighth grade, middle school, I started playing quarterback. It was something, and like I said, when I've been going into my freshman year and sophomore year, that was my first time really, playing quarterback, and I started a few games. And I'm pretty good at quarterback, but defense, that's where my love is. I like hitting people. I like going out, getting to the ball. That's just what I do. So I can play anywhere, but outside linebacker, DN, that's probably what I'm best at.
You mentioned the recruiting process earlier. You guys are getting offers all over the country. You, in particular, a couple Ivy League schools coming after you, the service academies as well. You have some other Division I interest. What do they like you as when you're talking to a college coach as far as the position that you might be playing at the next level? What have they told you?
So, just from my film, a lot of my film is outside linebacker, DN. And last year I played at 205. And this offseason I've gained almost 25 pounds. So I'm sitting at about 230. And so some like me as outside linebacker, some like me as DN, rushing the quarterback. I mean, and for me, I'm a very versatile person, and my football IQ, I believe, is higher than most. So that allows me to be able to play almost anywhere. But as far as recruitment, most of them has been for outside linebacker and DN.
We mentioned you do have a couple offers from the Ivy League schools. I mean, how tough would that be to turn down a scholarship to a Harvard or a Yale? Because I'm sure your family is like, dude, you're not going anywhere else other than. I mean, how difficult is it to potentially look? You might end up going to one of those places, but I mean, obviously that would be an excellent opportunity for you, not only the next couple of years, but 10, 20, 30 years from now with that degree.
I mean, first I'm just blessed and I'm thankful to be in that, have that position, because not everybody, have the opportunity. And, for me, and my parents always told me, I want to be whatever my degree is. And so for me, I want to be an anesthesiologist. So I want to be an anesthesiologist who happens to play football. And if I make it to the league, that's what I want to be as, not a football player who does anesthesiologist, on the side. 40 years from now, I want to be set up. I mean, football, that's good. And, I believe if I work hard, I can make it definitely. But, I'm thinking long term. And so, like you said, those Ivy Leagues, I mean, that's going to be hard to turn down. But, I'm trusting God, and I'm soaking it all in right now. And then I truly believe I can get some more FBSs this year because, man, I've been working hard. And so, everyone's talking about, where you're going. I'm like, man, I'm looking forward. I'm looking for, bigger, better things. Not saying that what I have now isn't big, but I mean, I just think that I know the work I've been putting in, and so. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just blessed for it all. So.
You said, an anesthesiologist that, is also a football player. And I immediately just pictured your day job being an anesthesiologist and you're playing on Sundays. That's what I pictured. Not too many of those hanging around in the NFL. But, hey, if that's in your future, definitely all the support in the world. Looking forward to seeing what 2020 holds. Obviously, the expectations is to contend for a title. Playing at a program like Heritage Hall, what has that meant to you to be a part of this program the last several years and kind of add another chapter to the legacy of this football program that's one of the best in Oklahoma?
Man, it's been a blessing. Like I said, I mean, Heritage Hall, when I first stepped on campus, it's about winning. I mean, I've never seen a program like that's the standard. I mean, it's not nothing else, nothing below. It's just winning. And I mean, that's changed. That's changed my mindset. It's changed the way I looked at things. I mean, it's not about being complacent there. It's like, we're looking to get first. I mean, that's what we do, second to none. And I think, it's just I've been blessed to, just be around that. And it's something that not everyone has, and not, everyone doesn't have the opportunity to be around that. And so I'm very thankful for Heritage Hall and just how they, just brought me in, treat us as family. I mean, it's really been a blessing.
Now, finally, looking at this season, we talked a lot about the expectations. Expectations are one thing, but reality is another. Mm-hmm. What has to happen for the Chargers to not only get back to a championship game, but to win the whole thing?
Like I said, it's just not being complacent. I mean, every game we're coming, every game, every practice, we're giving it our all. And anytime I see us slacking, I'm just going to remind my boys about that loss we took last year. I mean, that fuels us. Other stuff fuels us, but that right there, that's just something that we can all fall back on. And, when we get to times where we want to slack, I just want to remind us, man, just where we were last year and how close we were. And just to make sure that we finish it like we know we can and we know we will. And we'll end up being state champions.
Robert, well, this has been an awesome opportunity to sit down with you. Thanks so much. Definitely impressed. Look, this is only a, 5-10 minute interview, whatever it is. But I'm definitely a fan of yours now after interacting with you. Looking forward to seeing not only what 2020 holds, but what the future holds for you. Definitely a bright future, no doubt. So thanks so much for sitting down with me today, and good luck to you and the Chargers this season.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
He's Robert Mbroh. I'm Michael Knight, and this has been another one-on-one conversation here at OKPreps Media Days.